it's pretty much the same concept, guys, even on Facebook too. Like you upload that video, just make sure your videos look nice. One thing that we like to do, because, After Effects, not everyone's very versed in After Effects. It takes a long time to render videos. If you want to create a video, like there's a lot of time in making After Effects. So we use this site called Pixabay. And Pixabay has like a ton of free videos and stuff. I don't know, airplane. I'm just gonna search for something, right? You got all these free videos, and we download them, and just put a cool filter on them, and just like and just put the cover image on top, and it gives the video a little bit of life. Like it doesn't take much to it doesn't take much. Like we got all those videos from Pixabay. It doesn't take much to make the video feel alive. You know what I mean? And it takes probably 2 minutes to render that thing in comparison to 10 hours or 12 hours on After Effects. Like who got time for that shit, man? And your computer's locked up and you can't do anything else. Like you need a separate computer just for rendering. I mean, if you have the time for it, you got the resources for it, yeah, go do it. But I mean, if you're trying to build and hustle quickly, this is a great way to just go use Pixabay. It's all royalty free videos. They allow you to use it on YouTube, images too, and a lot of guys use thumbnails too. Thumbnails are really, really big. So like thumbnails, like right there, like Taz Taylor uses a thumbnail with an artist image that visually, like, oh, that's a Young Thug type beat. I don't know if that is really legal. I don't know if that's really legal, but it doesn't have to be Young Thug, but I'm just saying you can just create a nice visual with your branding and logo on it so people know that's you. I highly recommend having a consistent thumbnail image for all your stuff that you upload. Cool. What makes an ad effective, right? So does the content of the advertisement directly relate to its audience? Are you sending an ad to people that are not artists, that are not recording artists, that are not songwriters? Make sure that you're targeting exactly who you need to target, and make sure that the campaign provides an immense amount of value. Don't just put a campaign and say, hey, buy this beat now. No. Advertising has got to be, you have to really reward someone in the advertisement to be able to get them to click, to get more clicks. So like I said, in the beginning, sometimes you're going to have to give away a free beat or 50% off today, right? Or, things like that to advertise, just to lure people into your world. Does the advertisement flow within that social media network suite of content? Are you using audio, using video? Are you using an image with 20% text like on Facebook, because they require to make sure you're using high quality images? Is the messaging very clear and simple? Don't write too much text. Make it very, very clear and simple. Download this beat now for a limited time. Like, don't make it too complicated. Yo, this is what's his name from so-and-so city. I'm the best producer in my city. Download my... No one wants to hear that. Just put download this beat now. All right? Make it very, very simple. Is your advertisement's landing page viewable on both mobile and desktop browsers? You want to make sure you're not excluding mobile viewers. You want to make sure that you're sending people to a landing page that is viewable on mobile devices. You have, your player is HTML5 and what's that word, responsive, and your pro page is responsive, and you're sending them to your WordPress that's responsive, so they have a good experience when you're sending to them. Does the landing page contain content that relates directly with what the ad is offering? Don't put a download this free beat ad and send them to a page about mixing services. Make sure that it's related directly to that specific beat or that specific content. Don't confuse the consumer. Don't make the consumer work. Don't make them search. Don't make them have to do work, because you're going to lose them. Is there information on the landing page that explains the purpose for the user's visit? So it's always good to have some information about what you're trying to sell, what are your licensing terms, some very unique things about you as a producer. Kind of make the experience for the consumer so easy that if they don't leave with any questions in their mind. So think about what an artist really wants to know in regards to what type of text or type of imagery that you're going to have on your page. Answer all those questions for them before they even land on your page. So this is a really exciting part of the marketing that a lot of producers and a lot of our strategy has been working within influencer marketing. I think influencer marketing is probably the fastest track to gaining an audience pretty quickly. If you guys are not familiar with what influencer marketing is, it's basically when a person or a brand of like relevance, of influence, directly or indirectly endorses you or your company with content, a testimonial, or investment. So I want to cover a couple campaigns that some of our producers have done on BeatStars, a couple case studies, and that have been extremely successful in kickstarting their careers. So the guy on the left there, that's Act Action, and the guy on the right there is Futuristic. Is a pretty popular rapper on YouTube. He's got a ton of views. So Act Action partnered with Futuristic for a rap contest, a one-take rap contest that was hosted on YouTube, and basically gave away $2,000 in cash. And what the requirements were, to enter the contest, you had to buy one of Act's beats. And so when you bought one of Act's beats, you automatically were entered into the contest, and you uploaded your video to YouTube, and then he had an entry page on his website where you put in the YouTube URL for the entry, and that's how you enter the contest. Because he tapped into an influencer, a guy like Futuristic that already has a ton of fans. And what we've noticed, because we've worked with a few artists that, so you guys familiar with Funk Volume and Hobson and those guys? So Funk Volume was one of the first labels to sell beats. Like one of the first labels to have literally a beat store on their record label website. And I give all credit to Damian Ritter, the co-founder of Funk Volume, for trying that out, because what we found out is that 20 to 30% of regular fans, of Hobson's fans, were all aspiring artists. It's pretty amazing. I mean, you think about it though, like a lot of aspiring artists idolize their favorite artists, right? They follow their favorite artists. So a big percentage of aspiring artists follow their favorite artists. So if you can partner with a guy that has 1 million fans, and a couple 100,000 of them are actual artists that you can market to and create a campaign around, it's pretty powerful, especially when it's coming from their idol, right? They're the person that they look up to. It's so easy to just kind of gain that consumer base pretty quickly. And the other guy is Kato. He's a producer out of Atlanta that's worked with like B.O.B. and Jaron Benton and a lot of guys. He was signed to Funk Volume 2. He's kind of broken off and done his own thing. He has his own following. So he's been his own influencer and not really needed to attach himself to a big artist. What you really get out of these things is that, here, let's get over here. So what you really get out of these contests is that you get thousands of dollars in revenue for you as a producer. You're getting all of these listeners forced to listen to your beats and buy your beats. And more than likely, if you're a dope producer, they're going to come back to your store and purchase more beats, right? They also got a ton of brand awareness, ton of email addresses, because now they were using the BeatStars store to sell these beats for the contest. So they got all the customers' email addresses, put it into their email marketing campaigns. They started remarketing to these guys, and every month their sales have been very consistent. I got a ton of new followers on social media. and they hosted the contest on their website. So it's pretty great way to expose, potential customers on, not just buying beats, but maybe you're an engineer too. Maybe you can help mix their song, so you can sell mixing services, or maybe, you sell sound kits, and you have, sound packs and stuff like that. You can sell to other producers. So if you have other services involved on your website and stuff like that, it's just another way to kind of upsell. And but the biggest part to me is building that email address database. I think when you can focus on building those emails and controlling the communication between you and your customers, between you and your fan base, man, it's just so much more powerful, man. I mean, emails, they're popping up on our phones instantly. It's pretty much like social media, but built into the phone, and you're directly communicating with your users. And when someone gives you their email, it's a very intimate relationship. When someone gives you their email, it's a very, very, very close relationship that you have to kind of like nurture. And we're going to go through a little bit of that on the email marketing side and show you guys kind of a couple techniques on, staying in touch with your email subscribers and building with them. And so competitions are always great ways to, engage your fans and potential fans and grow your following. It's just a very easy way. And what's crazy is that a lot of these artists with huge followings who are independent, you can probably hire them to host your contest for less than $1,000, right? $500. You're tapping into their fan base. We do it all the time. We've had like legends like DJ Premier and Exhibit and Hobson and Crooked Eye and E40 and so we get these guys to influence their followers to use BeatStars and to be part of our contest, or and we didn't pay those guys a penny. We just laid out the deliverables. We basically told them, we're going to get you X amount of followers. We're going to promote the crap out of your, for us it was a little different. We have a built-in remixer base, right? You have a built-in remixer base of people that's going to remix that popular track by E40 8,000 times for YouTube. E40 is going to get a ton of recognition, ton of awareness. We have our users put E40's iTunes link in the description for that album, and so he's promoting his album. It's a little different, but when you're dealing with just you as a producer, as an individual, it does not take much to hire these guys as influencers. I mean, they put their managers' emails in their Twitter profiles. If you reach out to them in a professional manner with a professionally designed one sheet with all your deliverables, make sure you let them know this is a paid campaign. We want to pay you for your influence, right? It's not about, I'm not asking for a favor. We want to pay you for your influence. And it's very minimal work, right? I mean, all they got to do is just announce the contest, and maybe you give them the top 10 songs, the rap songs, and say, hey, dude, can you just pick one and announce it, right? You just lay out all the deliverables. You lay out what you're going to deliver to them. That's going to benefit them. Maybe you require everyone to follow them on social media or something like that. But if you're using their brand and their following, dude, I mean, you can hack your way to having a pretty quick following of artists really, really quickly, man. It's not that hard. And there's a lot of artists out there with some pretty strong influence. They might not have the biggest amount of followers and stuff like that, but they have a highly engaged audience of people that are, even guys that have 100,000 followers. Like, instead of spending the ad bucks on YouTube, you can spend that with a guy that has a fan base, has an audience that's always engaging, that's always talking, always retweeting, always sharing, always doing stuff, and kind of, build your fan base that way. Just make sure it's a win-win for both parties. Email marketing. This is probably, one of the biggest parts in, maintaining and building your business, right? When a business, email marketing is when a business or brand utilizes email newsletters and email outreach to indirectly or directly market their products or services. Gabe, do you mind coming up here and talking a little bit about email marketing and how you utilize it? Guys, this is Gabe at Allegiant. He's produced like so many big records. He's such a dope producer. He's up here, man. I'll let him talk a little bit. I don't know if, yeah, exactly.
All right, is this thing working? So yeah, so email marketing is probably like our number one thing that we do to get business. It's the front end of our sales funnel. So, for us, we're focusing on, it's not just like, here's a link to a beat and that's it. We want to get people to find out about what we're doing and kind of take them through this whole process where they go from not knowing who we are to knowing who we are, getting some credibility, and also providing value to them from the start. So it's like, it's not just, hey, buy this beat. It's, hey, here's some free beats. And so what happens is like this offer that they can't deny, right? They want free beats. They're an artist. So you provide some value to them. Then you ask for something. You say, oh, let me get your email address. Easy, right? From there, we start sending them emails that give them information or gives them value, gives them beats, tells them how to market themselves, tells them something they have that's going to provide value, where they're always getting more value for what they're giving us. Like basically, we're giving them more value than what they're paying for. So then we say, okay, why don't you lease a beat? It's like $25, right? And then they get a beat, and hopefully it's something they really like. And it's like, oh, wow, this is like, I had some success with this, $25, this is great. And then we might offer them something else, like, hey, for $100, we'll mix and master your song. It's like, okay, it's like kind of climbing up the value ladder a little bit here. But then we do a really good job, right? And they're like, oh shit, my songs never sound this good before. Like, can I give you more money? Because every time I give you money, I get more value in return than what I gave you in the first place. So that is all initiated through email. So we'll send out stuff on, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. We're offering free beats. It's like the easiest, they call it a lead magnet. It's the easiest lead magnet in the world because your customers want it and it's free to give away. It doesn't cost anything to give away. So then from there, they go into our newsletter and we start providing them with the whole sequence of emails. And it's like, here's how to market yourself as an artist. Here's a sale we have. Here's all these things that are going on. And so you're always top of mind for them and you're always providing value and climbing them up that ladder.
Yep. Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate you, man. And Gabe is one of our top earners on Marketplace and on he utilizes YouTube Content ID as well. Mm-hmm. Makes thousands of dollars doing that.
Thank you for that.
What's really dope about Gabe's campaigns, he always puts together, is that every email has value for the artist. Every email, and it's not always about just selling a beat though. It's not always about selling a beat. Sometimes he just hits you up with a blog article about a certain technique for an artist on how to record better or how to build their social following. It's not always asking for the sale. He's not always asking for the sale. And that's the beauty about, your subscribers. You always want to provide value to them. You're not always hitting them up and say, dude, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. At some point you want to, but you have to lead up to that. You can't always ask for the sale. Some of the initial emails has got to be free content. So when Gabe says, hey dude, here's a free beat, in exchange for an email address, that's that first kind of relationship starter. And then you start providing value, and then you start, bringing them into your world. So it's just showing you guys just a couple ways on how to kind of capture email addresses. So you can do that with, with BeatStars right within the player. And that is the Legion's player right there using it. So, and then this is some of the lead generation ads that I was showing you guys, where you can create a lead generation ad just by creating, just on Facebook, and the goal for the ad is to acquire an email address, and Facebook automatically passes that email address onto you. Same thing for Twitter. So if you create an ad on Twitter, giving away a free beat in exchange for an email, Twitter will automatically pass through and collect those email addresses for you. That's called lead generation ads. So if you want to try that out at some point, it's it could work. I prefer going the media route, the content route, where you're letting them view the beat and you have the link to the download the free beat to your player, to your BeatStars site. Then you extract the email there. Because right here, they're like, I don't know if I want to get my email address here. I haven't heard the beat yet. I don't know if I really want to do that. You might waste a lot of money doing this, but it's just an option. So we're talking about, email value. And so this is just an example drip campaign inside of MailChimp or Aweber or any of these kind of like email marketing services. You can lay out all of the different emails once the user has jumped into your email list campaign. So once that email address automatically enters from your player or from your website into the email list, you create an automation campaign for that user, and automatically you can have emails trigger out at certain days. You can set the certain days and things like that, and get them into like a marketing funnel, right? So the first day you acquire that email, you're giving them a very, very positive email, and you're giving them a free digital good, whether it's a beat or a PDF of tips and stuff like that. And then after a couple days, you're sending them, a lot of producers like to create blog posts, getting passionate about something. They're writing about stuff that they're passionate about. Maybe they're really good at, mixing, and they're really good at, recording studio techniques. I don't know. There's so many cool stuff about music that artists are interested in too as well, right? Or like, hey, dude, here's a free social media software you can use to like automate all your like anything you think you would use, I'm pretty sure the artists want to use. So if you're passionate about certain topics, write about it, create an article, and include it as part of your value add in your emails. And so for a few days, you're not asking for the sale. For the next few days, you're kind of just like teaching homie, you're helping homie out, right? You're giving him or her some valuable information. You're building that relationship with that subscriber. You're not just asking for the sale. And I'm pretty sure, by the end of this campaign, they're going to stay on as a subscriber. They're not going to unsubscribe. And then you may be able to hit them with a promotional 50% off on this beat I just uploaded today. Or even on day 11, you're like, hey man, thanks, for being a subscriber on my account. I would love your feedback on this new beat I just uploaded. Maybe you don't even ask for the sale. I would just love your feedback on this new beat I just uploaded, and give me some feedback. And if they respond to you on email, respond back. You are your own business owner. Don't neglect your customers. Don't ever neglect them. Build relationships with them. Maybe send an email after the purchase and say, hey, dude, send me your finished song. Have you uploaded it anywhere to SoundCloud or Twitter or YouTube? I'd love to repost it for you, right? Artists love free promotion. I mean, if they purchase the beat, who cares if the song is whack? You better love that fucking song. Like, you better love that shit. You better be like, dude, I will repost that shit for you anytime, dog. And you know what I'm saying? As long as you're here and you're in my world, you're my customer, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I mean? That's business, though. You gotta put aside like the egos and all that kind of stuff, and you have to serve your customers, man. You gotta serve your customers. People love service, and it's the same concept, man. If Gabe is providing a mixing service and he knows those artists and that artist purchases that mixing service that first time, he gets a great quality product, man. Gabe's probably got a customer for life on mixing. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to find a good engineer, especially someone that kind of can hear, what you want in your sound and your vocals and mix. And if that person's already buying one of your beats, then that person's probably going to sound pretty good on the track, and you'll be able to make them sound pretty well. So just some thoughts, just always follow up. If people are hitting you up on Twitter or on Facebook, respond to people very kindly, and show them love. Show them love. So, it's beautiful to see the growth that we're already having, and we're up to 10 people on staff now. But I feel like this thing can really reach the moon, man. Like I think we can really reach 100 million in sales within the next 2 or 3 years, and really have the beatmaker community eating the way they're supposed to. So.
Well, cool. Let's give Abe another round of applause for coming
down. Thanks, y'all.
All the way
Appreciate
from
you.
Austin.